I think we're actually. I think this might work.
It might. I wish I had a taller chair.
It doesn't sound echoey either.
Yeah, same.
Why not, dude? You fucking laid back. Got them. You should feel at home with those lawn chairs.
Man, go fuck yourself, all right? You're racist.
I can't call him on the actual page.
Do it. Just do it from your personal account. If he's FBI, then he already knows who you. I mean, come on, dude. Come on, man. Think with your fucking noodle. He's either one of two people.
I'm about to get a setup like this for Xbox.
He's either Ray Finkel or he's an FBI agent.
Finkel meets Einhorn.
Einhorn and Finkel. Finkel and Einhorn.
Your gun is digging into my hip.
Einhorn is
Finkel
a
and
man.
Einhorn. Finkel and Einhorn.
All right. Sorry, man.
Oh, we
All right,
suck
so
at
we
this.
we got a post on the line right now. This individual, we don't know he or she, has been sending us a lot of pretty good information through, our social media.
Totally.
So post, how'd you end up finding us?
So it was actually looking through Facebook. I came across a post of Justin, I believe, kind of advertising the podcast, but in a way that didn't make it seem like it was directly tied to him. So it intrigued me.
Okay.
I snagged him. Snagged this one. And Facebook wants money for that shit. I just did it for free.
All right. And so what are some topics that you kind of want us to go over? We always like to ask everybody what they kind of want us to talk about and bring up.
I think the topics you guys cover are great. I would like to see a little bit more depth to them.
For sure.
You guys cover, COVID, a lot of stuff that is happening now. And, with the Afghan involvement and the Chinese takeover globally of, being the largest economy. It's all great stuff.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
You got a favorite episode that you have of ours?
So the one that I caught a few weeks ago, I know you all were discussing kind of how the government or media changes the way words sound to people or the meanings of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big reader, and a lot of what you guys were talking about fits directly into the novel 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And that term, doublespeak, is very prevalent.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It is.
I love 1984. It's scary that it was written in like 49 or something like that, and how accurate it's become so many years later. It's eerie as fuck.
I actually need to read that. I actually rented it from the library.
Animal Farm is
Never
good too.
started it.
And that was at a time when, coming out of World War II, we were really looking at being a global entity, combining or joining all of these, the United Nations coming into power. So to see writers at the time, what they were talking about, we're living in what they were envisioning.
Right, that they were able to so accurately predict it. And for this is history doesn't always repeat itself, but it rhymes. And for them to be able to see the pattern recognition in a time where we're made to think that, people really didn't know a whole lot, because information, how easily accessible information was as today as it was then. And, it's just like, they kind of make the past seem like it was a long fucking time ago, and everybody before us was like these primitive cavemen, when really all of history shows that humans have been extremely intelligent, and it's just the way we're made to think really fucks with how we perceive the past, just by changing definitions and, implying certain things. So
Yeah, there's definitely there was more quality of information. Now we have the 24-hour news cycle.
totally.
Yeah.
Where
Clickbait.
everything, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no sustenance to the stuff. I mean, even if you read most articles, it gives you a very vague outline of things, but it doesn't go into detail about them. It doesn't explain anything.
I kind of feel like it's always been that way. I know we like to think things were better back in the day, but to me, honestly, I think there's been media manipulation since it's been invented, since the fucking newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
it used to be called the tabloids,
I
and
mean,
now it's just muddied in.
And they
with
call, I mean, what
news.
is it? History is his story. So, I mean, whoever wrote it, that's kind of what we
the
have
winners, right?
base
history.
to go off of.
Or they choose to keep what history they want to be perpetuated.
Yep. So, Post, what's your political leaning? If there even is any, I'm assuming I kind of know the answer of that, but
You're assuming.
yeah, I shouldn't assume.
But the difficulty with politics is that there's not a one shoe, one size that fits all.
Yeah.
Which sounds kind of foreign in today's political climate. Everything's so polarized. You're either on the left or you're on the right.
Right.
But that's not how it is, and I don't think that that's how the majority of people are. But that's the narrative that's pushed. I would consider myself a centrist.
Okay. So we had seen that you had made that comment about when we were talking about anarchy on the live feed. Do you consider yourself still participating within this whole show that's going on? Do you get what I'm saying? Like within the system, are you a supporter of the system, or are you more of a abolitionist kind of mindset when it comes to how things are today? I mean, I know you're intelligent based off of what you send me, so I'm just curious.
I think anarchy is the antibody to an unwell society. It's the fractions of protest or riots. More that rejects the current system.
Right.
I don't necessarily think that the U.S. government, based on the Constitution, is a problem. I believe that individuals have been corrupted over the years, over the decades, and so it's made the system out of whack.
Yeah.
How do you fix
Right.
it?
Gabe and I have actually talked about this, and myself, I tend to lean towards anarchism for the sole fact that it goes back to a conversation me and Gabe keep having is if it came down to what the country was originally supposed to be versus what we have now, I would choose what the country was supposed to be. But if I have to choose between what we have now and nothing, I would rather choose nothing.
I agree with that sentiment. There was a certain level of sovereignty that states were supposed to have.
Correct.
But the federal government, with the creation of the Federal Reserve, has realized that if you print money and provide it to states, you can kind of strangle their choice.
Right.
They'll always take the money.
Yeah.
Right, and especially if you can just keep printing it and it doesn't matter what you spend because it doesn't exist really in the first place because it's fiat currency. It doesn't matter what you can do. You can do whatever you want, especially if everybody in the country's dumb as fuck and they can't catch on to what you're doing. And, it's not like it's the people are just dumb. I mean, there are some dumb people, but they don't care enough to even dig into the truth of the matter. So they just keep, I mean, ignorance is bliss. Me and my girl were just talking about this last night. It's like, I could wish I had never went down any rabbit holes or anything like that because life would be
Just
a
live
whole
your
lot
life
easier.
in the Matrix. Yeah.
Right. Just like Cypher, he chooses to go back and
he's
sell
like,
them
just
out.
make me rich. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't want to remember anything. So I had to go quiet down the dogs real quick, so I didn't get to hear. So he is for an anarchist society, right?
No.
He said he believes in what we have. He just
I don't want to
believes
speak
that.
for him. Go ahead and
People
Post,
who
if you
come to
wanna-
power become corrupt, basically. Post.
I believe that anarchy isn't a system that can govern a society, right?
Yeah.
It's not meant to be that.
Because that's
It's meant to give freedoms to the individuals, correct?
I believe that anarchy is and should be used to reject bad leadership. You know,
Okay.
so when we have riots or protests or things that go on in this country,
Yeah.
those are elements of anarchy that work.
Yeah.
You know, but the issue that we're seeing with the continuation of protests, the anarchist system falls apart when everybody has an individualistic requirement.
Okay.
You know, so you get these smaller groups together that are constantly protesting or rioting for things. It almost destroys society in its own way.
because there's no
Do you think-
real leadership. That's what he's getting at,
Right.
is that
Okay.
there's no, because everybody thinks essentially for themselves,
Yeah.
okay, that no real leadership and no real potential can be guided to accomplish a goal.
But do you think that is because we live in a society full of weak human beings nowadays? And that if we were to have that reset, do you think 100 years from now it would be what we think it'd be? Because all the weak would be weeded out.
I think that Post, I'm going to let you answer that. I just want to say something real quick.
Because I'm teeter-tottering between the thought of anarchy and an actual society of what we have right now.
A functioning,
Because I see bad in both.
a functioning and in air quotes anarchist society
Yeah.
would require people a completely different mindset, because people are so reliant on the system as it is right now that
Okay.
if it would be like quitting, if you're a raging alcoholic and you quit cold turkey, you could probably die.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scenario that we would kind of be facing
Yeah, the withdrawals.
if you don't do it right
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have a certain mindset. Then it can kill you. As in, like, kill the civilization. Everything we would know would. Now, eventually, would it grow and we would adapt
Yeah.
and overcome the situation? Yes, but it's an intermediate time is where things might be a little bumpy.
What's your take on that, Post?
The best example I can give is, you know, the Wall Street protests during the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
It was the largest protest. It had the most influence at the time. The problem was is that it got so large that when it was time for demands to be met, everybody had their own set of demands.
Oh, yeah.
Can't please
So-
everybody.
Right, and it weakens your position. You know, if now you've got infighting,
Yeah.
and this would be the same result of bad actors in other protests we've seen, placing bricks in the street.
Mm-hmm.
The optics of it, you're changing a peaceful protest into a violent riot. So now the media can spin it as, why should we give in to these demands? These people are animals.
100%.
Yeah, by them
man.
inserting agent provocateurs and
Dudes walking around with umbrellas and smashing windows out of auto
Yeah.
zones and shit.
the combat boots.
And
Yeah.
being called out by the African American community that the media is portraying to be the villain in the whole situation, when really they aren't even acknowledging why they're out there to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you
Sure.
have people, you know, agent provocateurs like Post was talking about, out there just stirring the pot and doing shit.
And
The
and,
media says that this group is doing it when it really wasn't, and therefore
Well,
you have a narrative.
we can't say they weren't.
Was there some like looting and shit? Yeah, nobody's
there's a lot
saying
of
they're,
looting,
you know.
yeah. I've seen videos and videos.
There was also looting
There's a lot
during
of dumb
Katrina.
people out there, you know.
In Katrina, they were carrying giant TVs out, and there was water up to their fucking waist. So there's always going to be people to
I just don't get why they don't go
on-
towards the problem.
on a bad situation. But you know, the government, it's a sole business is to perpetuate its own bullshit.
All right, so Post, we're going to be talking about the whole Afghanistan issue that's going on right now, us pulling out. I'd like to know your thoughts on it, man.
Man, what have you heard? Have you heard anything else come out of this shitstorm or what?
This has all been set up since 2003. You know,
Oh, you speaking my language, my man.
there's articles that have been published, and I could provide those articles. Analysts for the CIA in China, that what they're trying to accomplish was a Chinese mining in the Middle East. And in 2003, China was granted that mining access through a contract with the Afghani government. The problem is the Taliban had no intentions of allowing foreign countries into their country, which rightfully so. If somebody showed up in our country trying to do this, you know, how would we feel about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Because I know they are bad people, right?
There are, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, in any type of group,
Dude, that's
So-
just a polarity, man. There's always going to be good people. There's always going to be bad people. Good and
Yeah.
evil are going to exist forever.
But my whole thing is kind of what I want to get your input on is everyone right now is upset about the way we pulled out. And I actually I like to listen to a pretty good podcast called Breaking Points. And I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but they've been on like JRE. One news anchor is right, one news anchor is left. And they show that you can have a pretty, civil conversation between amongst another and without the fighting, and ultimately can agree on things that, and he said that he doesn't believe we could have gotten out maybe a little better by not leaving probably all that shit over there. But the way we were going to exit, it was ultimately going to be that way. Regardless, whoever had done it, another 3 months wouldn't have helped. We shouldn't have been over there to fucking begin with. You had 20 years. Kind of want to get your opinion on that, Post.
Afghan really fits in well with our conversation.
Yeah.
Regarding anarchy and kind of the division among people.
Mm-hmm.
Afghan is largely a country made up of many smaller groups. You look at a force of 75,000 people being able to overthrow a government that's been established now for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It goes without saying that when people are divided, there's no power amongst them. There's really no reason for them to fight for that national identity, because what is their national identity?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know the answer for Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I see how the way that the U.S. left leaves room for an interventionist
in the future
re-entry of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they left millions of dollars in equipment over there, I'm sure. I mean,
well, the media optics has turned to look at these poor people.
Yeah.
You see viral videos of them chasing after a plane, leaving the runway.
Yeah. See babies being handed over armored fences, and
these are all emotional images to get you to make an emotional decision about war. Practically.
Yeah.
We seem to have that problem a lot. People can't look at things objectively.
Well, and they're being trained to use their emotion their whole lives through media like Disney, and we were talking about how a lot of Disney films start out with trauma. It's all trauma based.
Yeah.
So they train you to use your emotions instead of your logic.
Yeah.
Or at least a balance of the two. And therefore, that's why you're so easily controlled. This is what we talk about when we're talking about our old ladies.
Mm-hmm.
We can't always pander to their emotions because it's constantly changing.
Okay.
But if you can aim that and guide that, then there you go. You can establish narratives that much easier.
I've heard they feel as if the MK Ultra project was a success. It wasn't ultimately about complete mind control, like as we like to think. It's basically controlling human beings off emotions. And that's what they're using in the media currently.
When I said a couple episodes back, I think
like what David Icke calls mass manipulation or media
They
manipulation.
can't control what you think, but they can control how you think, and that this is where the conditioning comes in, because that's how they've done it. Now there's also Operation Mockingbird that the government or CIA is paying journalists to post certain information.
Post, what do you think about us leaving all that equipment over there? You think that was staged? You think that? I mean, it's
That it was
certainly
done on
real,
purpose.
but do
They
you think
did
it was
that
done
on purpose to further arm and
I
fund.
guess he did. He did
the
say
Taliban.
That
Did he?
Yeah, for
I'm
conflict.
fucking super baked right now.
So if I was in charge of our efforts in Afghanistan and I seen our efforts falling apart, we've lost people's trust in the war, so to speak.
Yeah.
Of course, you leave the equipment behind in order to arm the next group that's going to keep China and Russia at bay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of this, if it's not a humanitarian intervention, you know, while we're going to these countries, then it has to be to fend off ideological oncomings from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Russia has been there before. China's there now. Trying to stop a communist spread or threat to Western ideologies is basically all we're trying to do.
Yeah. And I think that China won't even come in there with a violent manner. I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to go in there with financial means, and because I hear they have $1 trillion in resources over there. Everyone's trying to go after. So.
Yes, sir. The mining operation that China was awarded and was agreed upon by the Taliban in 2017, it has an infrastructure deal as part of it. You know, China's going in there to finish the nation building process of this global world order.
Okay. For the
US,
Taliban?
Okay, so
for the country of Afghanistan.
Oh, for the country. Okay.
Whether it's Taliban or
whoever's in power. Yeah.
Right.
But you also just mentioned the global world order. So the new world order, I was actually thinking, what do you think as far as the Illuminati type conversation? You know, I don't necessarily believe that they call themselves the Illuminati, but that secretive group of people that kind of have their hands in everything all over the world. Is that what you mean by global world order? Or are you just talking about the UN?
Well, it's a group of people that have power, whether that power is derived from financial means or
like the elite,
economic, right? You know, the world's elite, and some of those to this point are more or less oligarchs. You know, you look at individuals like Jeff Bezos or
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
All the high rollers. It's a big club, and we ain't in it.
Yeah.
You know, they have these meetings. They're not, the meetings aren't necessarily secretive. You can look them up and find them. It's nothing different than think tanks. Them going to a place, you know, discussing what direction the world should go in, and coming to an agreement with other countries on how they're going to accomplish this. You know,
there's
like
one in Germany, I believe.
That's the Bilderberg.
Yeah.
Or however you say that. And then there's another one in California that happens every year. I can't remember the name of that.
The one Alex Jones infiltrated?
No, that's Bohemian Grove. That's kind of,
shit. Yeah.
But it's more just American right-wing political figures. Mostly.
Those are the meetings we need to pay attention to.
For sure.
Those meetings are dictating what's going on.
Yeah, but I doubt anybody's going to get in there.
Yeah, you're getting third party information about what's going on.
Yeah, which could lead us down a road we don't even know.
See, that's
knows?
why I don't really. That's why I'm so skeptical. I love Alex Jones, but I'm also super skeptical.
Hell,
at the same
me and
time.
Justin have even talked. We're skeptical of ourselves because we don't even know if we're saying is fucking correct.
Right?
You know,
is the information we're basing all this off of?
Are we
that misinformation?
Yeah, are we being
that's
propaganda?
purposefully put out there?
Yeah.
It's weird, but you know, I doubt it, but there's always that.
That's always my problem
possibility.
with this stuff and like stats and stuff. Like
Statistics are so easily skewed.
who the fuck's taking those tests? Or those answering those questions? So
Shut up! You just want my grandma to die, Gabe. So post. I got a couple questions for you. Unless, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, earlier in this segment, you guys said that people didn't care, or they might not care as much about what's going on. I don't think that it's that people don't care. It goes back to the emotional state of individuals and the passion that they have for this. When I'm talking to somebody on the left or right, they have just as much passion and emotion, but it may be misinformed.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they're listening to
just
big media outlets like CNN,
Right.
Fox News. Yeah.
Right.
The Mockingbirds and the
People will
orchards.
argue with you all day long on Facebook if you got the time.
For sure.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know.
It's a scourge on the planet.
And I'm not a very good
Yeah.
typer, so I'm always getting fucking made look like an idiot on there.
Hey, you
I
know,
always
you know
tell
how
them,
good
hey,
he reads.
I'm like, hey guys, just fucking come on the show. And every time people don't want to come on, I
No.
don't know why. We're not hard people to talk to. We're all human beings. We're all not perfect. We don't expect everyone on here to get everything right because we don't get everything right. You know? But
they
we
base
should.
everything off of emotion.
One thing I've always argued with people about when they talk to me and they think that I'm maybe doing something harmful by speaking my mind, it's like, why? I'm a contributor to this society, to this country. Why can't I have a voice? I'm always letting everybody know that I'm not always 100% sure on everything. Go do your own homework.
Let's talk about it, though.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not your teacher. I don't want to even tell you what I believe. I just want to tell you the information and let you figure it out, filter out what you believe is true or not. So
I'm sure Post can attest. It's like anybody who really takes the time to look into the shit that we kind of talk about eventually starts to say the same things.
yeah.
Because it's the truth. And a lot of this shit you can't really argue with because they admit to it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we still get called a conspiracy theorist, 70 years later.
I mean, shit, we know
Well-
plenty that were true. So I'm
Well,
sorry.
you attack the individual instead of the message at that point. So when you're saying what you comment on Facebook or other social media platforms, I don't know what you use,
Mhm.
and they immediately go after your typing.
Yeah.
They're not looking objectively at the message you're trying to send.
Mm-hmm.
They're just mad I'm not typing with a thesaurus in my hand.
Or they start
make myself
dishing
seem
out
as more
personal
educated.
attacks because they start to realize that their argument really has nothing to stand on. So
Yeah,
therefore, to
low-hanging-
keep up the
low-hanging fruit.
emotion
Yep.
and the adrenaline dump, they got to just keep making him just go further with the argument to where it
You all
wasn't even
remember-
supposed to go.
You all remember 2012, Facebook had conducted a behavioral test, right?
Yes, I believe
I
so.
do not know about that.
Facebook wanted to see if they could impact people's moods by filtering their news feed a certain way. Going back to emotionally triggering individuals, this was funded by Army research centers. A lot of what we're seeing now is a direct result of that.
Kind of that
Look at-
that brainwashing type, experiment. I mean,
Right. The
That's
government.
crazy. It's not
has
necessarily
access to
brainwashing
all
what
this
people
shit.
think, where you fucking sit there in a chair and we're what is that thing called that they rock in your face?
I don't know what the fuck you're
They
talking
kind of
about.
hypnotize you, brainwash you. You know what I mean?
the
Like
fucking pendulum
that's
thing.
not what we're talking about. They're fucking with us on here, dude. I mean, they're running
Yes.
experiments.
Just like we're shadow banned on Facebook. They are not pushing our content at all.
I mean,
Because a lot of our posts have those flagged words in them.
hey, but they're a private company, right?
But
I mean,
then it's like the algorithm
can't-
comes in. Like, are quantum computers and AI ruling the world post? Did we lose them?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I missed what you said.
oh, he
Do you
said
think quantum computers and AI are ruling the world right now?
Not yet.
Okay.
When I look at AI in the moment, each node is a person, right? So our connectivity to the internet is what really makes AI work and function. Each individual is a synapses within that brain. It's interconnected all of us in a way that we're not really individuals anymore.
Okay, I get where you're going with this.
And this is going way down the rabbit hole along the lines of what we've been discussing. But so how do you get a cohesive experience from something that's made up of 7 billion individuals?
Justin.
Somebody has to control.
Right, there'd have to be
everything.
a point, like some sort of centralization of that information for it to be useful.
Yeah.
So
Something
now,
has to control it.
would it be something like, do you watch Westworld?
I don't.
You don't? Well, in the last season of Westworld, it was like a futuristic society, and they have like these android robots that they could just 3D print for this this Wild West experience theme park type thing, right? Well, she gets out, one of these androids becomes sentient, gets out into the real world. It's a futuristic society, and a robot literally controls everything, and she's able to communicate with it because she's a fucking robot too, like a sentient robot too. Do you think that that's kind of like where it could be going? That type of everything just goes into one dope ass computer, and it's just telling people what to do via emails and CGI animated fucking TV series and all this other shit. You know, way down the line, that's going down the rabbit hole. But what do you think about that?
He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, this guy's fucking retarded.
Jesus Christ. Justin's a little high.
I just a little bit.
I believe that's a little farther off. If there's agencies at the moment that specialize in conducting these types of operations of control, I'll call them. You look at the Russian interference into the elections. Every country interferes in elections. They targeted people using memes. I would argue that the majority of people don't create memes themselves. They just perpetuate those memes.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah, I'm very guilty.
I love memes. I fucked up a few times.
AI is able to pretty accurately create content that people will then perpetuate themselves. You know, who knows if the memes are created by an individual or if they're created by this computer system.
So we're feeding the machine.
Yeah, they're just planting seeds and then changing the outcomes of shit.
That's crazy. Dom, you got a question for a post?
Yeah, you've been awfully quiet over there.
Quiet. We got Dom on the mic today. He's filling in for Austin and David. So
No, I've just been listening. I'm just soaking it all in.
okay. You
Yeah,
got
it's
a
a
question
lot.
for him or no?
Nah.
Actually, okay. I got one more question. Then post. We're probably gonna let you go if you have anything else.
I got a couple questions also.
All right, because we're taking up a lot of his time here. We're sorry, post. What do you think about the Libertarian Party? I always like to ask people this because I'm on the fence of stop. I go back and forth from wanting to stop supporting the system to giving libertarians a chance, especially I'm a big follower and supporter of Spike Cohen.
The system as a whole is created based off of traditions and morals, so to speak.
Okay.
Right? But I think we live in a society that is beyond the morals and traditions that got us here.
Okay.
My question would be, how does libertarianism fit into where it seems people are trying to go at the moment?
But see, libertarianism also promotes that individuality mindset. And it's also a part of the system itself. It's also feeding into that. So if you can't, if the individual can't really grasp the balance between the collective and the self, then things are still out of whack. However that fits into that. Fuck, dude.
I'm just wondering, just because they speak a big game, and I just wonder if they're just a bunch of, talk like the rest of the other groups.
They're
they don't even get
focused
looked at
on nationalism, and I believe we need more nationalism.
Okay.
But going back, we live in a global world now. Our economy is global. Each country has their own economic production that other countries need. How would a system like that work in the current world? You would produce a lot of enemies. I think.
Do you think it would work?
I mean, we have the strongest, the biggest military in the world.
Yeah.
We spend more money on military than the other two countries on the list below us combined.
Yeah.
Combined, it's like 25 countries, right? The next 25. And like a bunch of them are our allies. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact numbers. I think I got that from that fucking...
The meme that the AI generated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
No, we use our military to protect our interests, supposedly nationally, but I don't think that a lot of the things we do are for the best for our nation as it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But if the world's so tied up globally, with global trade and everything, we sort of have to intervene in some of these countries. How are people going to get their toilet paper? The U.S. doesn't produce anything.
Yeah.
We're a services economy.
I know. We kind of fucked ourselves on that.
Well,
We did.
that's also...
I mean, can't that change, though? I mean, I feel like if we really wanted
Well, that
to,
also
we could start
goes into the
manufacturing.
elite. That also goes into the elite, and because they obviously own all the big corporations that control all this shit, and they also have power and influence to set precedents.
Yeah. I mean,
Nobody wants to mine in the U.S.
Right.
They use global warming or climate change as the reason why we shouldn't. Don't dig into the earth and create anything from it.
oh, yeah.
Well, China's still doing that
With the whole climate change and everything.
At a ridiculous rate.
I
at a
mean,
ridiculous rate.
but we are
China,
affecting the earth doing that, right?
Yes, but not as bad as what they make it seem. Now, if you're
How do we know that?
if you're mining up whole regions, that's clearly a fucking issue. You're just leaving a crater behind. But that's a part of the conditioning as well, is that there are other ways to get these resources. That way you don't have to have these pits or that many of them. You could just have one. Thorium, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You can get thorium out of almost any rock, or it's available in any biological, whatever, natural shit. So you can mine it just out of just straight rock.
What do you think, Post?
For nuclear, it's like nuclear energy, but supposedly a lot safer. And one of them is here. One of the 2 thorium mines in the world, and the biggest one is here in Missouri.
We're so focused on transitioning from fossil fuels into electrification. Look up a lithium mine.
Right, dude. We talked about that a few times on the show.
Yeah.
Right. You think that's not impacting the earth?
Yeah, the batteries that make those cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane, the hypocrisy that they're able to just perpetuate
Yeah.
based solely off of people's emotions. If they could just make them sad a little bit, they got them.
Yeah. I was looking this up right now. I was watching War Dogs yesterday, good movie about gun runners, and they were saying how it costs like the U.S. $20 billion just for air conditioning while we were in Afghanistan a year.
What the fuck?
A year. It's fucking wild, man. I mean,
Oh man.
but
Got to keep people cool.
yeah, got to. And there's a lot of resources over there we're trying to protect. They said most of the opium was coming out of, I believe, Afghanistan or the Middle East itself.
Right when we took over Afghanistan,
And what do we?
opium production skyrocketed.
Yeah. What do we love in our country? We like our
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man.
our fucking prescription pills. So it's fucking crazy. It's crazy when you compare Western medicine and Eastern medicine.
Yeah.
You know,
Man, don't listen to those hippies. They don't know anything.
I mean, I don't know why we just don't try to, you know,
Just fucking
incorporate both.
pump a bunch of petroleum byproducts into you. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
So, Post, I got a question for you real quick. Are you FBI? Huh?
I've never been calling you this. Justin has. So.
Are you our FBI agent?
I do work for local government. But
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck. I told you.
God damn it. Post. Be kind to us, man.
Don't kill my dog.
I don't have to watch my fucking back.
you all are on the radar.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit. I knew it. We were on
He's
the
fucking
list.
with us.
Post, you fucking with us?
It depends on how high are you guys right now.
I'm coming down.
I plead the fifth. I'm
Justin's
going to need to call my
still
lawyer.
smoking,
I'm still in the
It
middle somewhere.
was just tobacco. And so, okay, that negates my my next question because I didn't know. I was going to ask if you could relate to Ray Finkel in any way. But if you say you work for local government, I'm going to take that as a no.
Could I relate to what?
Ray Finkel.
That's his code name. We can't discuss.
Yeah, yeah. We have a guy.
We have another
that
one like
listens-
you.
Yeah, somebody who wants to stay anonymous, and I call him Ray Finkel. So
Yeah.
Well, we live in a society of cancel culture. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to protect the message at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. We get worried about
We're
that
sticking
too.
our necks out here like retards
Yeah,
for no fucking reason when it's just the truth is going to survive no matter what is said about
we
it.
just got tired of talking about this shit too, just me and him, and we felt like other people should hear this too, because majority of the time we see people in groups, and it's like they have this mob mentality. They all just become idiots.
gang shit.
And then when you take them individually and have discussions with them, they actually see like, oh yeah, you're right. Why the fuck am I thinking this way or supporting this?
yeah, the individual smarts just when they get together is when they're stupid. I think that was Carlin or somebody who talked about that shit.
Yes, mob rule.
Yeah.
You know, we live in mob rule every day. We get on Facebook and voice an opinion that's not popular.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you want to say, Post?
No, not that I can think of.
All right, man. Well,
We
I
appreciate you.
having- Thank you very much.
yeah. We thank you for being on. Hopefully, more people will come on too. See, you can be anonymous.
Yeah.
You can come on and be anonymous. Totally fine with us. You know, hopefully.
How much did that voice changer cost you? Post?
It's actually all free software.
Oh no shit! There you go, people.
There you go, people.
For free,
No,
you can be anonymous on P3.
It's not going to protect you if an organization like NSA digs into it. But
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So, well, maybe they'll leave their files open for a few weeks so I could dig through and find out who you are.
All right, Post.
All right,
You
man.
be
We
safe out
appreciate
there.
you. We're gonna stay in touch with you. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day.
All right.
right,
You too,
you too.
sir, or ma'am. I gotta piss
Oh man,
and
that was Post, guys.
smoke a cigarette. Holy shit, that was such a good conversation.
Yeah, that was.
That's the kind of conversations that we all need to be having with
Yeah.
each other.
Remember, numbers, people, numbers.
Keeping it real.
That wins, man. We need more of everyone coming out. Don't be scared. And
Paint half your face blue.
If you have a little bit of where it kind of interferes with your money, do what Post does, man. He fucking put on a fucking
Just have some
voice
kids. The government will send you some money. Use that money to buy weapons.
changer. All right, we'll be back.
You have anything
I can't get
Yeah,
into
poker.
Skyrim.
The poker's in there. little wood pieces in there.
I've never gotten into Skyrim. Are you excited for the new one that Microsoft is creating?
I'm not like a Skyrim nerd. So I just started playing Elder Scrolls, I guess would be the correct terminology.
It's all the same thing.
I just started this is the first one I've played, and I'm a big Witcher fan. So until they come out with a new Witcher, because Cyberpunk fucking sucked. It was alright.
No,
the gameplay was glitchy as fuck.
Yeah.
That better?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, I haven't played it since all the new updates, so
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I just started playing it because it was free on the Game Pass. So I was like, fuck it, I'll play it. I ain't got nothing better
What's
to
up
do.
with Battlefield 5 coming out?
Dude, that's just going to be sick.
2042, you mean?
It's going to be fucking
Yeah.
sick.
5's already out.
Yeah, I've got
Oh, yeah,
5.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
I
buying.
got 5 too.
I'm buying that shit.
I know, dude. I don't want to get a new system, man.
You don't have to. Just
We're just not going to be able to get in the big lobbies.
yeah. Just go buy the Series
No,
S.
this asshole forgot to
Series
stop
S.
game sharing with me.
You never fucking play.
Thank you.
In the wintertime, I do. In the wintertime, I do.
Why? Work slow.
Nah, it just ain't much to do.
Sure.
Summer,
Sure.
you know, I'm out riding or out places, you know, with
I'm
the
out
fam.
riding. He's
in miles,
he's
boy.
a South Park biker.
$300 you can get the lower end new system. Series
Okay.
Series S.
What's the difference between the higher one and the lower?
Just basically power.
Oh, okay.
I've got more RAM and stuff.
Flip that. Yeah.
Oh, you getting sound from it?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm
Just in case.
poking this shit.
So you said what?
It's
Sorry, I'm high as fuck, man.
It's just RAM, gigabytes of RAM and teraflops and all
Well, I
that.
got that external hard drive, so
That'll work with it.
yeah.
That'll still work with it.
So we're just gonna
So $300.
Just 3. Yeah,
are we just gonna skip over the fact that we got a fucking government official
I know.
feeding
Yeah,
us
Post.
misinformation?
I'm not gonna lie, Post.
You're scaring the fuck out of us right now.
Nah, I mean,
I don't know if we're just high or
I ain't
if you're
scared.
really.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen regardless.
Just don't kill my fucking dogs.
Wow! Don't kill my kids. Shit,
Right.
my
Don't
dogs.
kill my
What the
kids
fuck?
and my
Don't
dogs.
kill my family, bro. If you gonna come after somebody, just come after me. dog.
Yeah, just
Shit.
fucking.
I
Just,
got life insurance, dog, so I'm good.
yeah.
Nah,
Or-
he'll take that away too.
Or
And just know, motherfuckers, I carry
We will
lead
sell out.
24/7.
We will sell out.
we will sell out. So there's always that option.
Justin will shill.
I'll shill my balls off for the right amount.
God damn. All that fucking talk, dude. And
I
he's
know,
already, ah, shit.
I'll go Joe Rogan in a fucking heartbeat.
God damn. That motherfucker.
Oh shit. So, dude, we really covered everything with Post.
Pretty much.
Literally.
Except for I
Literally.
want to ask him next time what position he holds in the government. We're over here thinking
No,
he's some
dude,
type of
I-
fucking
dude.
politician. He's probably the janitor.
You also have to think about it like
I was
this.
just playing, Post. I'm just playing.
Oh fuck, cleaning toilets at City Hall, bro.
Yeah. Like the janitor on Joe Dirt. Remember, he was actually the mob guy.
Yeah, Christopher Walken.
Yeah. You're talking to my friend all wrong here.
Do
Do
it
it
again.
again.
I'll stab your face with a soldering iron.
Good movie.
But who knows? Because he wanted to stay anonymous. You really think he's going to tell you?
Hey man, if he is or if he isn't, at least he had the balls to come on here. I give him that. So
I was kind
it
of
ain't that scary, people.
I was kind of hoping he was going to be Ray Finkel, bro.
We love everybody. Yeah, Ray Finkel, if you're out there, fucking hit us up. man.
Code name Ray Finkel.
Voice changer, and I know
If-
damn well you can
If
get a
he
fucking
hears
computer.
this, he'll know exactly who we're talking about.
Yeah.
I know the person who cut your hair. So if that has anything,
Great, I'm gonna have to edit that out now. Thanks, Justin.
Oh
minute
fuck,
4.
fuck,
Fucking idiot.
I suck. You ain't gotta cut that out.
Write that down.
I ain't gotta cut that out.
Where's the pen at? Hand me that pencil.
You see, you're fucking paranoid. Post, you got my boy fucking paranoid as shit.
Finkel meets Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
What the fuck,
Never seen Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
dude? I've seen Ace Ventura
I'm sure that's where you got
billions
it
of times.
from.
Yeah, that's exact. Where else have you heard Ray Finkel other than Ace Ventura?
That used to be our movie, ain't it, Dom?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I got my brother Dom on here today.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What up?
He's pretty quiet during
Yeah,
the Post interview.
Yeah, he was a little.
Oh, I just didn't know who it was.
He was a little
I mean,
in the
clearly,
do we.
house.
clearly, y'all don't know.
Neither
Either.
do we.
Yeah, we didn't know either.
It's the beauty of it. It's exciting.
Yeah, Post has been sending us like a lot of shit, through Messenger, like I said. And
Yeah, he's been contributing a lot to the show.
yeah,
here
man, we
lately.
appreciate that shit, man. Like for real, from the bottom of our hearts, man, we fucking appreciate all that,
And if you ever want to leak some classified shit, you know where to do it at.
Yeah. Hey, and y'all can also leave audio messages for me. If you don't feel comfortable talking to us directly, just go on there, record an audio message, and send it to the show. We'll play it. We can keep you anonymous. If you want to stay anonymous, that's fine. Just let us know. We ain't here to fuck y'all over, man. We fighting for everybody's rights, and in some way, I guess, we're hoping this is kind of our fight, putting this content out.
We love you, trying
Trust
to
me,
make you
we're
see
fucking-
the world. more
We're having to open up our lives, for this show, and it's a little scary sometimes. It is.
It's exciting.
It gets
Danger.
exciting, but it's still a little, fuck, man. We know everybody's judging the fuck out of us, but man,
And y'all know by now we ain't
we
suicidal,
don't give
so
a fuck. So, how you like that? That's some good shit.
yeah.
I don't know how you smoke like that though, bro. I've never been able. Even when I used to smoke all the time, I've never been able to do that.
Well, usually a bowl will get me through like 2 or 3 days
Damn.
because I only
But those
smoke.
joints, they burn faster.
Oh, well, it's the weekend and we're fucking recording, so
Yeah,
why
that's
not?
true. But
Had a killer
Alright.
workout today until
yeah, what'd you
shit,
do
our
today?
plan-
How's your weekend been?
It's been alright.
Yeah, been all right.
Yeah, I did arms today.
Oh yeah, can't tell.
You're a fucking asshole.
What you do this weekend, Dom?
None, just hang out with the family.
Yeah,
Oceans of fun,
hell yeah.
Kind of jealous.
Do you have anything you want to talk about on the show?
Come on, don't be a
Do
pussy.
you have?
No,
do you have
you
anything?
kind of gave me an hour's notice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, our
We
fucking
had a lot
But,
of
you know,
technical difficulties.
I'm here to make the call whenever you need
happened in
me.
the middle of my
Appreciate
workout,
it.
man.
Oh.
I get the message.
I'm just the backup, but
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
next
especially on
next
such
man up
short-
mentality.
Yeah, let us know about the audio. This is our first time doing it. Where we're at right now in an undisclosed location. deep in a bunker.
The Bat Cave.
Yeah, the back cave. So hopefully it sounds all right. I don't have any soundproofing down here, but now I will. I didn't think.
and just in case you were wondering, the weights in the Bat Cave, real fucking dusty.
Nah, bruh.
Real
They looking
fucking
good
dusty,
too. I rhino
bro.
line them motherfuckers.
Hey, you need to have the Jocko flag over here somewhere.
Nah, it stays in the gym, bro. It stays in the gym.
Why?
Because when I'm pumping iron, we look dead in each other's eyes, and we vibe like that. We just
So how often does
respect,
that
Chaco.
happen?
Respect. You make me feel like less of a bitch. I'm good.
Anyways, I think we're allowed to talk about the Chinese.
Plus, ain't dusty either.
Huh?
My girl works out down here too. She worked out this morning. With her fine ass. Yeah, I was creeping. So, but we're in an undisclosed location. We're not in my basement, Justin. Shut the fuck up. All right. God
Well, I
damn.
said the Batcave.
We just got told we're on the government's fucking watch.
They know
list.
where you live, stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
So now
What are we talking about today, Justin? I know we just talked about with Post.
we were going to be
Pretty much
going
all of it.
over, without getting into 9/11 a whole lot, going to go over the war in the Middle East.
We'll just brief them over that, why we even got into this war. Well, the supposed reason that everybody likes to stand by.
What weapons
was
of
the
mass
peop-
destruction?
Yeah, no, the Twin Towers. That was the
Yeah.
people's reason. That was our reason. We were upset about that,
Well, but
But
that
what
doesn't
what was military and government's true intentions?
resources
Yeah,
and conflict.
yeah, we seen that off of WikiLeaks.
War is good.
Join Assange and all that.
It goes in the military-industrial complex. War is good for the economy because it drives production, especially when you have an endless budget like the government and the Federal Reserve, and
On War Dogs, it says it's its own economic system. Yeah, it's its own economy. Pretty wild.
it is wild.
Yeah.
And
they even
see, I
showed-
don't know if
Dude,
we
they
should
even-
even say a whole lot about it because we're
Why?
in that.
Because
loop.
we don't agree. I mean, the
Well,
whole
we're in
fucking
that
Libertarian
loop.
Party posts this shit too. They don't give a fuck. I mean, what the fuck?
Just
What are
like
they
on the
gonna
live stream, I was talking about Raytheon
do?
and
We don't know
Lockheed.
nobody. Well, we ain't nobody, bro.
That's true, but
But in that movie, have you seen War Dogs with Jonah Hill and
Yeah,
I always say, like,
it's a
half
good
of it.
movie.
yeah, it's a good movie. And they even said on there, where the fuck was I going with this?
where were you going with that?
Oh, when they got paid, when they ran those guns through the Triangle of Death,
Yeah,
whose money did they get paid by?
American tax dollars.
No.
I don't remember.
You
the
remember when
movie
they
that
open
well.
up the door and there's like billions of dollars stacked up on there, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like they confiscated Osama bin Laden's money or Saddam Hussein's money when they
Yeah.
killed him.
Yeah,
Billions
Yep.
of dollars, bro. Now, whether or not that was true or not, they said it was based on true events. You know, I know it's a real story.
Well, we
but-
also know
So
that
they were using his money to pay them for the guns for those Berettas.
because they were trying to establish their own
What were they doing?
Economy.
But if they had all that money, what were they doing with
and
the-
their own currency.
What were they
Because
doing with our money? Were they filtering it? Was it literally a money laundering?
yes,
yeah.
So they're like, we're going to use this drug deal or this terrorist money, and we're just going to pocket the taxpayers' money. I mean, how does that work?
well, he had a bunch of American money because that's what
Yeah,
is pretty much used all over the world.
yeah.
When it comes to oil, and if you think oil is a big reason why we're over there, then it makes sense that they would have American money.
I think a multitude of reasons of
And especially if they're being paid
resources.
by the government. Because clearly they don't try to hide their tracks very well, because just based off of what we know and what's going on right now in Afghanistan,
Because they know
them
nobody
leaving
will believe 'em
billions
anyways.
of dollars worth of equipment out for the Taliban of all fucking people.
Yeah. What do you think, Dom?
Aren't they eligible to start selling again here in like a year?
Selling what?
The arms dealing.
Private
Oh,
contractors.
that-
Yeah, I think
AUI? Yeah.
they're eligible here in a year or so again.
Shit. I'm sure they made a lot of
I
restrictions.
think
on that
they
shit.
had like a 10-year ban or a 20-year
Well, they
ban.
got fucked up because they were selling that Chinese ammunition.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy to me. What the fuck does that even matter?
They just
They-
now
yeah.
banned Russian importation of ammunition. So Tula ammo and
Oh, that's all.
a lot
Russian ammo?
of
Cheap ammo?
7.62
Yeah.
like AK ammo.
Shit. Thank God.
That shit's gonna be hard to come by. Good thing I don't have any AKs.
Yeah. Good thing.
Because I'm a real American.
Yeah. it's
Even
wild.
even though Kalashnikov has a manufacturer here in the United, I guess that would be American to have a Kalashnikov, right? If it's American made.
if it's made here on on U.S.
Well,
soil, right?
Too bad you're not gonna be able to find ammo for it.
I know, dude. Ammo's ridiculous right now.
It's
These
been
fucking
ridiculous.
gun shows are ridiculous. I went to a gun show not too long ago, and just the prices on shit. Talk about price gouging.
The Middle East.
Damn, we're trying to die now. We're talking shit on
Dude,
2A fucking companies.
Have you ever heard of OPEC?
No.
Go and bring that up real quick. OPEC. OPEC.
OP. What is it?
OPEC, all capital. It's an abbreviation. Or whatever that word is.
What do you want me to bring up?
it's an organization comprised of different countries about oil. It's a whole oil monopoly thing. There's a Netflix documentary about it too.
OPEC.org. In accordance with its statute, the mission of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries is to coordinate and unify the petroleum policies of its members' countries and ensure the stabilization of oil markets in order to secure an efficient economic and regular supply of petroleum to consumers, a steady income to produce, and a fair return on capital for those investing in the petroleum industry.
That's another reason why we're over there. Oil. There's proof via OPEC, just an open
We definitely
organization.
gotta get
Oil,
fucking whacked, bro.
drugs. We know about the opium. So as far as Afghanistan goes, why we just pull out immediately? Post had talked about it, about arming the next group that would fight. So which he's right when he says that, because it's the Taliban that's going to fight either the Russians or China if they were to try to go into Afghanistan.
Yeah, but I mean,
But then now it's like, why do we keep
it.
funding? You call them a terrorist group, so why do you keep funding them? You know, we should have never been over there to begin with, because it's all based on lies and big business.
Or why didn't they just, when they got done killing the 2 people they accused, why didn't they hop, back out? I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to rebuild
Because
their
that's
government
not
there.
right.
Yeah,
this
we're
goes
into
into Tim
building up
Kennedy
democracy.
talking about the Green Beret being trained. That's one of their
Yeah, but look what they
objectives.
put in power. They put the president of Afghanistan, or who was it? Was it the president of that Kabul place or whatever?
Yeah, he left.
Or mayor, whatever the fuck they call him over
He
there.
skeeted out.
Yeah, he fucking hopped on a helicopter and a bag full of cash and said, bye,
Deuces.
later.
Now, especially when you consider that Israel played a big part in 9/11. Pretty sure the passports that they found were Israelis, right? Or was that
On 9/11.
yeah,
I think there was like 15 of them were.
the hijackers?
Then they catch them in Egypt or something like that.
Catch who? No, they all died.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm talking about something else. Never mind.
Are you talking about the dancing Israelis?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know about the dancing Israelis then.
not much, but
So,
I've heard about it.
fuck, this is
Hold on, I want to hear about this because I didn't.
all right. This
need
is going to
to-
get brought back up in our 9/11 episode.
Theories of a
whenever
Third
we do
Kind
it.
have an episode on it too.
Yeah.
And, they're what's that shit called? Patreon. I need to donate to them. Continue. I want to hear that episode. They're pretty good. They do a very good job.
So, just to give a summary on who the dancing Israelis are. When Trump was talking about Middle Eastern people dancing whenever the Twin Towers got hit, and they were trying to kind of make it about Iraqis or like terrorists. They were supporting the terrorists. Well, that was true, because it turns out that they got pulled over with all this shit in a van. They got arrested. Got what's the word I'm looking for? Deported
Mhm.
to Israel, where they were from, and then they later went on an Israeli talk show talking about why they were over there. They were there to observe the event, and they're saying this on an Israeli talk show. So, now there's also people who say that the planes that crashed into the Twin Towers were all silver and they didn't have any airline markings on them. So that's kind of weird, but that's eyewitness testimony
On the planes?
on the planes.
Yeah, they were unmarked.
Also, the CGI involved, we had talked about this on a previous episode, that the wing goes behind a building that is clearly off in the distance further than the plane was.
Yeah. But,
So how the fuck does that happen?
but we do know people died, though.
We do know people died. But now, what
So
if
how do you have those both?
what if the planes that originally took off were forced to land somewhere, change planes, and therefore look at the movie
I thought
with
they
the
have-
survivors.
I thought they had video of the planes going in. They do have video.
Yeah.
There's no company logo on there.
Allegedly, this is a conspiracy theory. All right,
Eh,
so that they are changed planes.
Oh no, dog.
Or it's I think it's also includes maybe like a remote control source. But so what happened to the people that were on the planes then? If that's the case.
They fucking got obliterated in there.
Well, if they weren't in the plane, if it was like
Well,
a RC plane.
Kind of like that plane that landed that crashed down in Pittsburgh. They couldn't find part of it.
Yeah. They tried
One
to
in
say
the
the
field?
Senate. Yeah.
there was literally nothing left, but you would think.
And they had a video of the Pentagon, but then it was
It-
like
the-
real grainy or some shit.
Well, it's missing whenever
From
the
like a gas station.
the
which is crazy.
frames
Mhm.
How do you
Right.
not have? I didn't have cameras all over the
Right.
Pentagon.
the frames that actually showed what had actually happened, that should have showed the plane crashing into the Pentagon. We haven't seen it,
Nope. That's one of the most secure buildings in the world too.
and
Yeah.
there's nothing. The only thing we got is gas station CCTV footage.
Yeah, and for some reason that part was empty.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
part was evacuated.
And there was also they
That-
lost a bunch of paperwork to accounts.
On September 11th, Donald Rumsfeld announced that they were missing trillions of dollars, and then the next day,
3 point
the
something.
same offices that held those records
were empty.
were empty and hit by a plane
Mhm.
that there's no footage of and no debris of.
Yeah. That's
So it's
crazy.
weird. Plus, the only thing that the government has done is the 9/11 Commission report, and that is what everybody refers to as the official narrative as far as hijackers hijacked the planes, they hate our freedom type shit.
So let's skip over that. That'll be a whole nother episode in itself.
Yeah,
but look
it's
into it. The
a
9/11
lot.
conspiracy. They got a bunch of different videos you can watch on it. They're hard to find now on YouTube, but go look into them. They'll, there's podcasts. I think Theories of a Third Kind does a good job.
Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts. on it.
Conspiracy guys. Hell, even on JRE, they've had plenty of conversations about it. But so 9/11 happens. Everybody starts enlisting. We head over there looking for fucking Osama bin Laden. Then what?
Now, Osama bin Laden's family was also in New York
Yeah, and they
because he comes from a
Sent
wealthy
him out
oil
on private-
family.
they sent him out on a private jet. Like 20
Yeah,
of them,
they flew him out
7
on
days
private
after.
jets.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of fishy shit that goes into 9/11, man.
Yeah. I know, but we get over there, we look for him, we end up finding.
That doesn't include if we go into him
Saddam
actually
Hussein.
being an FBI agent
Yeah.
or a CIA agent, because there's some information that would suggest that he was.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not, it's hard fucking telling, but we're gonna dig into that later.
So what? We get over there and what, Justin? We've been over there for the last 20 years.
But now, like you said, we already have special forces in the Congo right now.
Oh yeah.
Already,
Yeah.
it was like 3 or 4 days after
Yeah.
we pulled out of Afghanistan, and we're already sending troops to
Special
the
forces
Congo.
to fight terrorists.
Something
About taking refuge, like in fucking.
it's
I don't even know,
fucking
the fucking mountains
ridiculous.
or some shit. But yeah, man. I mean, I think that the way how everything went down, I talked about this on the live video. I mean, I couldn't see it going any different.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be like that,
Yeah. So for everyone to be like, "Oh, we could have done this, this, and that." I mean, fuck, if they would have done that, they would have done it. I mean, they had 20 years to do it.
They left fucking cold turkey,
So,
and then what?
and Post had good points on why
Yeah,
all that shit happened. All these things happen for a reason, everybody. It's not random.
fucking
Everybody
lizards,
thinks
man.
it's just random. It's there. All this shit's set in motion. Maybe some things are, plans don't go accordingly. So yeah, some random shit happens, but they know what the fuck they're doing.
yeah. Now who knows what the fuck they're doing, Gabriel?
That's the question. We don't know.
I know.
Do you? And who is that, Justin?
The fucking lizards, bro.
Oh my god, you and the fucking lizards,
The
man.
fucking lizards.
Man, I'm gonna get Post back on. Tell him to shut up. Tell you to shut up.
Do you know what? We're gonna talk to Post about the lizards next time.
Yeah.
I want to know what he.
What do you think, Don?
About what?
This
The
whole shit, man.
reptilians.
How we fucking pulled out.
Alpha Draconians.
I pretty much agree with what you said.
Yeah, you think we're gonna go back?
Eventually,
Yeah, I
What?
think we will too.
What am I missing?
I asked him what
he's
he
saying,
thinks about how.
do you think we'll go back?
Yeah, do you think we'll go back?
Go back to what?
Afghanistan.
Oh, what's that got to do with the lizards?
We're not talking about lizards.
No,
right
he's
now.
talking to me about By my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We can't stay away.
Yeah. That's sad for all the guys who went over there and fought, you know. And
Well, at this day and
Lost-
age, you think
lost
they
legs,
would
lost-
understand what the fuck they were doing when they
Lost
enlisted,
brothers,
but
yeah.
people don't because they
Yeah.
don't.
Well, fuck, they take these kids at 18 years old out of high school. You know, they don't fucking know, man.
People
you,
don't-
You want that sports
don't
car?
know who
you
they
can
are.
get that sports car.
Yeah, no.
Usually a Charger.
Right. Yeah, we'll give you
And
that.
that's what's sad, man, is that, you know, like, think about all these
Materialism.
people who lost their son and daughters, you know, like, damn, bro, that's a bitch.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Just to pull out and then take back over, you know,
For nothing.
for nothing.
For
I
nothing.
mean, they saved
and
a lot.
Biden's fucking.
Well, hold on, they saved a lot of people. They did, and I see a lot of the humanitarian work that's going on with the military. They're out there. They're trying to help these people. So,
It's been like that for thousands of years. Can't be conquered.
yeah.
So the only real thing we can take away from this is that guerrilla warfare works.
Pretty much. If you can outlast them.
fuck.
Yeah,
if
it
you
does.
didn't learn after fucking Vietnam, and
Yep.
you definitely need to be learning after Afghanistan.
Yeah,
The whole
man.
Middle
I mean,
East
they
is
just-
it's different, man.
And
You
why?
just
And
gotta
why did they
accept
have so many fucking people joining? That's what I want to know.
Dude, see, that's the thing.
Are we
is
doing something
what
over
really
there that's
is
fucking driving them to?
they're well trained. I think a lot of the military
I know, but
that they
how
trained
how
are
they
now
manipulating these people to join their? I mean, is it just you get your 740 virgins and they're just like, hell yeah, let's sign up.
it's the same thing as any government. What does any government want? It wants control of the people and control of the resources.
Yeah.
That's what the
But you would
Taliban
think
is.
more people-
But now we've armed and trained them for so long that they have, example, they have better trigger control than half of the people on Facebook.
We taught them that.
They have better muzzle control. Like, not all of them. All of them.
I'm about to say,
Not
I've seen
all
some
of them.
videos,
because
bro.
I've seen some shady shit.
I seen a dude use an AK-47 as a guitar.
Yeah, that video was fucking hilarious. But so, what is it? Is that the Afghani, military that we've been training this whole time? Is that how it works, or are we training them in secret bases over in Afghanistan? No, we're not doing that.
Nah,
It would be easier just to go, hey, since we're setting up a new government, we're responsible for its military, training its military, and then they know, the high ups in Afghanistan government know that we're eventually going to leave, and what's the plan when they leave?
Join back up.
Okay.
Come
We were
over to
actually
us. We
working
won't
for
kill
the
you.
Taliban the entire time because we want to use your resources, your
Ooh.
training to now
Shit.
govern ourselves.
Your
deep,
weapons.
We can now
So
we
it
now
was-
have the resources to govern ourselves and protect ourselves, and therefore consume other weaker fucking governments and shit.
So you think that they didn't know they were doing that, but probably the higher ups of each organization?
No,
did.
that's the plan. That's the plan because they're a piece on the chessboard to perpetuate the war cycle, to perpetuate the machine.
Machine. Damn, you on to something, Justin.
I'm high
You
as
on
shit.
to that? You high as fuck. That's some fucking conspiracy for your ass.
But see that's the kind of shit you got to think about if you choose to believe in like an Illuminati, like all the rich and powerful, super elite people all over the world, not just in America, are on the same side, and there is backdoor dealings, eyes wide shut, everybody's fucking each other parties. Super elite. That's a good fucking movie. It's a lot of fucking symbolism, but go watch Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Gives you good picture of how some of this shit would look.
Okay.
Masquerades. But then there's girls that, prostitutes that have come out about their stories about being at shit like that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. These fucking old dudes are disgusting. What else you got, Gabe?
I
Dom?
know. We're talking about the war, dog.
How can we make it about the lizards? Want to take a break real quick? What time is it? It's only 2:00. Yeah, let's take a break real quick.
All right. So Dom had to leave. I gave him short notice. That's my fault. We had a couple guys call in.
He's going to
sick.
have a lot of fun. So
He didn't even know what we were going to be talking about. But next time I'll try to give him a better heads up.
shit, we didn't even know what we were going to talk about till fucking Thursday.
If anybody ever wants to come on the show, hit us up. We'll have you on,
Yeah.
and we'll give you a better heads up notice. But I do need my emergency contacts. So next time I'll get Julian on here, and especially when we're in a jam like this. So, all right, man. So back on the Iraq War. Go over a little bit. We're kind of all over the place. You know how P3 is, but we're just kind of giving you a little bit of stuff just to look into and get you started, and you do the rest of the digging yourself. That way we're not accused of manipulating your mind.
Whatever, man. Oh shit. So
we end up starting what? We ended up going to war basically in 2003.
yeah.
Yeah. When that whole shock awe bombing thing campaign.
Yeah, that was like 4 different countries.
Yeah.
See okay, an estimated 151,000 to 1,330,000.
Yeah.
1,033,000
that sounds right.
Iraqis died in the first 3 to 5 years of conflict, and it just came out that most of the drone strikes that Obama had approved were on civilians. They killed more civilians than they did potential terrorists, or if they were terrorists or not. They killed more fucking innocent people. And It's like more bombs.
I mean, isn't that war though? I mean,
he got a Nobel Peace Prize. That's a crazy shit.
There are casualties
just because he was black.
There are casualties of innocence in war, right?
There is, but if you're knowingly,
you think he knowingly?
Well, yeah. They drops. Just a second here. Let's find out exactly. How many bombs did Obama okay. Trying to find something that's
I mean, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure if they would have told him, hey, this is all civilians here, he wouldn't approve something like that. I would like to think.
It's like 20 to 25,000 seems to be a common number. The Guardian, 26,171 bombs in 2016.
God damn.
In 2016 alone, and I think looks like 2018 via Forbes. When was this published here? This was published in 2018 in November. This saying 14,000.
That's crazy. That's a lot. We may not have the exact numbers, just know it's a lot.
This is just on Afghanistan. Looks like 2018 they dropped a total of 5,201 bombs, but this also goes back to 2004 where it went from 86, 2007, 1,700. I mean, we're just dropping hella bombs on Afghanistan.
How many people did they say died? Innocent people died from that?
I
know I've seen thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. So who knows even if that number's right, but I know it's a lot.
So all the damage. Now, why are we over there anyways, right?
I mean, we've been over there for a long time.
A long fucking time.
The Gulf War and all that, right? Wasn't the Gulf War over there? Or no?
I don't know. Are you talking about what, the Gulf War? Sorry.
Yeah, the Gulf War. That was over there in the Middle East. Yep. That was in Kuwait.
So the first CIA team entered Iraq on the 10th of July, 2002. This team was composed of members of the CIA's Special Activities Division, and was later joined by members of the U.S. military's elite Joint Special Operations Command. So the CIA was there prior to 2003 when Congress granted George Bush the authority to declare war in Iraq.
That doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Yeah, they're in everything, dude.
They're fucking everywhere.
Jesus Christ, man. Every fucking, like, almost every conspiracy they're involved somehow.
The CIA.
That's fucking wild, dude. Yeah,
And
so,
it's also clearly intelligence agencies from multiple governments like Mossad and MI6, Australia, whatever the fuck they got down there, because they were all part of that initial bombing campaign. The one with Sweden, right? Did it say Sweden?
No.
No,
UK, Australia, and Poland.
Poland. Okay,
Yeah.
so there we go.
He was so then they go after Saddam. He was captured. What and I think in the December of the same year, wasn't it? And then Saddam Hussein was executed 3 days later. So, or 3 years. Sorry, 3 days. I'm a little high, my bad.
Oh shit! Now
Justin keeps peer pressuring me.
I'm a bad friend.
All right. Yeah. How
Now,
did they end up
there's-
executing? Did they?
They hung.
They
him.
hung him and then they threw him out in the middle of the sea, right?
What?
Middle of the ocean. Didn't they drop his body in the middle of international waters?
No, that was Osama bin Laden.
Oh, okay.
The one that there's no pictures of his body and on his religion or whatever, to honor his religion, they buried him at sea, even though his religion comes from a landlocked fucking desert. Doesn't make any fucking sense, but, and you know, we know that Osama bin Laden's, the bin Laden family is real big in oil in the Middle East. They're super wealthy. So, and they were here the morning of 9/11.
Yeah, they put Saddam Hussein's body back to his birthplace and buried him near family members. Damn.
Which is strange,
Why?
because if you kill a dictator, then why would you give a fuck about whatever burial rights there are?
You know how it is nowadays. Everybody got to have compassion. Fucking even for fucked up people, individuals that kill hundreds of people.
Now, who was the ones that hung Saddam Hussein?
Like who was it?
Yeah, was it the people or?
Death by Iraqi court. Saddam requested to be executed by firing squad rather than hanging, claiming it is lawful military capital punishment and citing his military position of commander of the Iraq military. The request was denied 2 days prior to the execution. A letter written by Saddam appeared on the Arab Socialist Ba'ath Party website. In the letter, he urged the Iraqi people to unite and not to hate the people of countries that invaded Iraq. Does that sound like he would write that? And not to hate the people of countries that invaded Iraq, like the United States. That's weird.
What is? So he was put to death for the.
They said his last meal was chicken and rice and had a cup of hot water with honey.
So, according to Wikipedia, he was on trial for the Dujal massacre.
Where it killed like 100 and something people.
Yeah, it was a mass killing of Shia Muslim civilians by the Ba'athist Iraqi government, whatever the fuck that word is, in 1982, July 1982, in Dujal, Iraq. The massacre was committed in retaliation to an earlier assassination attempt by the Shia Islamic Dawa Party against the then president of Iraq, Saddam Hussein. Let's see here. The town of Dujal had a large Shia population with 75,000 residents. They fucking were responsible for killing a bunch of people. because they were against. Hundreds of men, women, and children were detained after the failed assassination attempt. More than 140 people were sentenced and executed for their alleged involvement in the plot, including 4 people who were mistakenly killed during the mass executions. Hundreds more were sent into exile, and their houses, farms, and properties were demolished. So Saddam was on trial for that by an Iraqi tribunal for an alleged assassination attempt. So anybody associated with the group that was plotting was put to death. And 4 people were allegedly had no involvement executed. So they were just rounding everybody up. And that was one of the reasons.
So then after that, what? We still over there. We end up getting Bin Laden. What, in 2011?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah, you can see a whole bunch of documentaries on that, and then
SEAL
raiding
Team
the
6.
house and shit. But yeah, so we get him. They off him. They take him out to sea, drop his body off. Boom. We still out there till shit. When did we leave? A week ago? A couple weeks ago? Well, this will be posted next week, so
yeah.
yeah.
By the time this is posted,
3
it'll be
weeks
a couple
ago?
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Osama
why?
bin Laden,
Why?
we
We're
got him
sitting there,
in May
we're
of
trying to-
2011.
Like we talked about, we were trying to make some sort of
And it says here he's Saudi Arabian, even on the wiki. Citizenship, Saudi Arabian.
wow.
So he's a fucking plant. Until 1994, and a member of the wealthy bin Laden family. Bin Laden's father was Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden, a Saudi millionaire from Yemen, and the founder of the construction company Saudi Bin Laden Group. Damn.
And I heard they were good friends with the Bushes.
He funded the Mujahideen, which this brings me into what I was wanting to talk about coming back in, is,
They're the group that fights with the Shiites.
well, they're the group that our special forces spend a lot of time fighting.
Oh, okay.
And we also funded the Mujahideen. They were the first of the militant groups that we funded. Now, this goes all the way back to our Gary Webb episode when we were talking about Iran-Contra. Because even though it's Iran, it was also working together to get these weapons through the Middle East by funneling guns to militant groups. And the Mujahideen is what Jocko. I listened to a lot of Jocko, and he was in Ramadi fighting the Mujahideen. So you have American assets on both sides fighting with each other, and people are dying for objectively no reason at all. Now, that's if you consider us policing the Middle East and us being over there to begin with. Depends on where you stand on that. Because really, there's no reason for us to be over there objectively unless you consider resources. Then that's pretty plain and simple.
Well, I mean, there's
Lithium,
there are a
oil.
lot of bad guys too. I mean, there's stories of them dumping acid on women and little girls and shit. Like,
Taking women captive and,
hell yeah, dude, like fucking off them motherfuckers. You
dude,
know?
for sure.
But
there's sickos everywhere too.
I know, it just sucks.
There's fucking sickos who hide behind government in every government.
Yeah.
Or some authoritarian group. And
yeah, it's
that's just
hard
the
to
polarity
say
on that
go
aspect.
go take care of that situation because I know it involves repercussions for trying to intervene in other
Will help.
countries'
Now,
problems.
but that's if we cared about that kind of shit.
Well, I think the ones that are fighting do.
Well, yeah, but
I think the people in the top that are pulling the strings, they could care less. They're just glad you're on board.
right.
But we have other means. So, I mean, no matter how mad it makes me to see that shit, it's like, a lose-lose situation when you go over there and help, because ultimately too, you're creating more of them.
We had talked
You
about
know?
it previously on the show about how you had actually told me about it.
Yeah.
About how there's kind of some drama going on with the Navy SEALs because they're becoming rock stars. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Go ahead and bring that up again.
But do you know who the people they're talking about? I'm sure the people we listen to.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
because they're the ones.
And I get it, but I still think that's some bullshit, dude. Like some of them Navy SEALs, they need this shit. Sean Ryan talks about that a lot, about how depressed he was. Like
my point being,
shit he went through.
My point is, there's guys that do dirty shit, even in the SEAL teams.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about with the rock stars.
Right. I was just bringing that up as an example.
There's people that are becoming rock stars and guys that are becoming dirty.
Right.
Basically. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it even goes into the SEAL teams because foreign governments can hire the military.
Oh yeah, they've talked about
right
in that video that there were some that were being manipulated by foreign countries.
Right.
So,
and that's been proven.
And what is that? That just means money.
Right. So they're using the elite of the armed forces as mercenaries.
Yeah.
And that is pretty fucked up in itself.
To talk about though, like basically being a private contractor.
Right, dude. Like
Blackwater.
Yeah, we've been listening. Sean Ryan's got his new episode out with the 4 guys that were indicted.
Yeah, please listen to it.
It's so fucking good.
5.5 hours.
It's good.
Yeah, Sean Ryan's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, Sean Ryan, if you ever listen to this, bro, good shit.
Much love. I know we're probably, I don't know, maybe he's not even different. I can't put those
Which
words
is
in
weird.
his mouth.
I'm gonna be honest. It's fucking weird.
I'd have to know his opinion on it, but I'm assuming
it's weird how where I stand politically.
Yeah.
And I like Jocko, Sean Ryan, Tim Kennedy.
Well, there's never a perfect person that you're going to be
agree
with completely.
Right. And it goes back to I get that mindset because I wanted to be a part of that whenever I was little.
At one point, yeah.
At one point, Navy SEAL, you want to be part of some elite team like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I just never went that route. I never went the military route.
Yeah.
So, but the shit that they're doing is fucking crazy, first of all. And when you start to get into the whole conspiracy and the reasons why we're in these wars and how it's based pretty much on all lies, at least what the media tells us and what the government pushes down our throats about it, because we're super biased, obviously. They want to control the narrative, and that's how they do it. But then these guys are over there, like I said earlier, fighting some more American assets. So it's just this perpetual human sacrifice, man. It's fucked up. If you want to go down that kind of rabbit hole, as far as, magic, if you go back and listen to our episodes on magic, that would further explain that.
Yeah.
So, sacrifice. If we're dealing with a Saturn death cult, boom.
Yeah. But that whole Blackwater incident was kind of crazy, huh? I didn't know too much about it until I listened to that.
Me neither. And it
sounds like they got fucked over.
They got fucked over.
Yeah.
I can't believe they got it dropped, and then they still Joe Biden.
Well, let's explain it real quick. Blackwater
Go ahead.
was
You probably explain it better than me right now.
No, Blackwater was when a private contractor, because contractors were able to go over there and they would basically hire former Navy SEALs, former Special Forces,
security.
Yeah, security for, I believe it was American diplomats.
Anybody.
Okay.
Anybody.
Whoever's paying, they're offering security.
And they weren't the only ones. Blackwater was the one of the biggest ones. And then there was also Triple Canopy and ADT and a bunch of other.
I don't know about ADT. That
sounds like ADT has a security.
Huh.
They do foreign security too.
So they're hiring people, and they were starting to get a bad name because there were some other companies out there that were doing some shady shit. which is funny. That's always been referenced in a lot of Hollywood movies. One I remember was the Triple X
Yeah.
movie when Ice Cube and they showed the pictures and shit, and are like, I don't know. There's just a bunch of movies. But,
Yeah.
So yeah, they're hiring out private contractors. They're getting bad names. They're getting into fucking a bunch of firefights and shit. And so jump up to these guys that were involved in a shooting. Basically,
They were the tactical response team.
yeah, and they were charged for 17, I believe, civilian bodies.
Something like that.
Supposedly, they said that it happened, and they got charged for it. Pretty wild, man. Their
based
story
off
is
of a bunch of sketchy evidence.
so. Their
or
story
lack
is
of.
they were getting shot at, and there was just a whole bunch of fuckery, man. Just like
It was
missing
a big-ass
evidence.
Firefight
I mean,
that
No, but I
happened,
mean, the
that
story,
happened in
yeah.
a roundabout that the Iraqi police, whenever they showed up, because they were escorting somebody, their sister team was escorting somebody, they started getting shot at, so they rolled in as backup
yeah,
and started taking dudes out, but they were dressed in Iraqi police uniforms. So it was an ambush on their whoever they were escorting.
yeah,
So and they ended up getting tried for it, even though the Iraqi police chief was offering money to anybody who would come up as a
witness.
witness.
Yeah, there's
Because-
a lot of fuckery
Because
that
they
went on there.
he didn't want to look weak.
There was evidence that got hidden. I mean, or went missing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all
Bullet
sorts
casings,
of shit, man.
trajectory teams that went in.
Guys that flipped on them.
Yeah.
Fucking
One of their team members.
2 of them, I think.
I only know of one.
Yeah. But I thought that lady broke it down too very well.
I whenever I cut it off, it was like she was
Oh, you
just
still
now.
have more to finish?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long podcast, guys. But I suggest you go listen to it. It's pretty good. Sean Ryan show. He actually has video too on YouTube. But what do you think? You think what they were saying was true? I mean, it seems like
you
all
know
the
how I
evidence,
am with conspiracies, bro, and that,
Yeah, I mean,
especially
they said
if
they
we
couldn't.
get,
They didn't even
especially
find
if there are paper
bodies.
trails.
They didn't even find bodies, bro.
Especially if there's paper trails,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like, why? And I
Mhm.
think it was to demonize, to kind of taint the contractor, the private military.
Oh,
to
you think
go
they were getting
after-
jealous about that.
Well, because they seen how much money
I know they were
getting
having
paid.
a lot of
So,
issues.
And this comes back to special forces being contracted out to foreign governments. So that's essentially what was going on
Yeah.
with Blackwater, part of their business model.
Yeah.
So if there's a move to eliminate the competition, and Joe Biden was really fucking pushing for that shit. Old Sleepy.
Oh, sleepy Biden. What do y'all think, man? He got a lot of shit for the way he pulled out. I know I asked on live, but what do you think?
His pull-out game's weak as fuck.
I mean, you think it would have gone that way regardless?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's like, really, you just need to let
Everyone's like,
them.
but Trump. But Trump. Shut the fuck up about Trump, bro. I'm getting tired of you. I'm getting tired of both of these groups getting mad at each other and
Yeah.
acting like kids. Y'all are wild.
Ugh.
While Bush is sitting in the back just grinning.
Laughing his
Laughing.
goofy ass off. Playing with his train set. Ooh.
Playing with this train set. What an asshole.
Ooh. How come we still haven't heard anything about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein? Spooky. What's going on with that? Let's find out. I bet there's something going on this week. That's why we haven't been hearing shit about it.
What else you want to talk about on the Iraq War?
Dude, I ain't got shit for the Iraq War. It's a
There's
load
a lot
of
of
dookie.
death, a lot of apparently nothing really fucking worked. All that training, all that fucking setting shit up.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Here in a fucking month or a year, we may get a bunch of information and see that this whole shit was set up to begin with. You know?
Oh, hasn't it already?
No, but I mean,
What are you
like,
talking about?
the exit.
Oh, the exit. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. The shit that's going to come out about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild. Nobody's going to believe it, though. Just a conspiracy
Says
theory.
Ghislaine Maxwell sells London home to pay legal fees.
What?
Yeah. For her legal fees.
How much are her fucking legal fees?
Well, I'm sure it's not cheap.
She's rich. Her family's rich. Her boyfriend was rich. She's selling a fucking $40 million mansion, probably.
Probably.
Wonder what's going on with that.
I don't know.
That sounds juicy as fuck. Oh, yeah, you don't like it?
2.7 million.
Damn. Is it a condo? I'm picturing a condo.
It says house.
A house in London.
Yeah. She offloaded the now notorious London house where Prince Andrew's accuser alleges they first had sex,
Ooh, Prince Andrew.
getting nearly 2.5 million to help cover her growing legal costs, according to the report. And that is on the New York
Fucking pussy.
Post. Yeah. Pretty wild.
It is pretty wild.
So that was just like a little brief little podcast over the war.
Yeah, we got too big.
We already it was good.
I mean,
Post, that was a good conversation today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good phone call. But yeah, I know we need to start going into more detail. I've heard that many times from many people. But you guys also got to remember too, and we appreciate the feedback
for sure.
But we're just gonna kind of steer this ship the way we think is best fit. That's us. You know, there's a lot of podcasts out there that go in really deep.
We don't want it to seem
Conversation
phony.
in detail.
We don't want to seem phony. You're
Yeah,
getting us as we are, and that's why it's so important to get you all's feedback and interaction.
That is what we want. We want topics.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Topics and feedback on quality of the audio.
Because we're trying to build this to be more of like a coast to coast AM type podcast, not like a information here. Come here to learn about events you never knew you need to know,
like a Dan Carlin type podcast.
Right?
We're not doing that.
We're not hardcore history.
There are actual people that know way more than we do that do a better job than us.
I want to talk to David Adair. I want David Adair to hear this and to call in, and we could talk to him about fucking UFO spaceships underneath Groom Lake.
Yeah, we'd rather have you listen to them folks.
Somebody call in about some wicked ass UFO shit, UFO sightings.
Yeah.
Or just we could bullshit about anything. It doesn't have to be. Just, let's see what you got.
Hell yeah. Y'all like to eat booty? Hit us up.
We know you like to eat booty, you sick fucks. How many of you are pissed about the OnlyFans thing? Even though it's for the greater good, it seems like.
I don't know. How many people are like, fuck.
Dude, I shared a thing earlier. It was like, are we
gonna
start? Are we gonna start calling it the Holocaust?
Wow, bro! Too soon. Too soon.
Man. Oh my god!
But what I was saying though is that we are the, what did we say before? The Addendum.
podcast.
So
this is.
We just fucking a bunch of dudes in here, and we'd like to have some gals on the show, participate. We're just, fucking shooting the shit, man. Talking. Justin hates when I say that, but that's what this is.
What?
We're like
what the addendum
that
thing?
garage talk shit, man.
The addendum
shop
thing.
talk. Huh?
I don't know.
You all right there, buddy? You good?
Yeah.
So
dude,
like,
this chair,
like we said, man.
Dude, the butt cheek straps are really fucking killing my butt cheeks here.
God, bro. It's never good enough for this guy. Never good enough.
Shut up.
You got anything else you want to talk about today, Justin?
I think
what's all going on out there in the world? We covered a lot on the live stream.
There's a lot of protests going on.
Dude, I seen Australia. You see Spike Cohen put that shit up?
Dude, it's getting crazy.
Spike, hit us up, man. I hit you up, dog. We need you on the show.
You could be my minister of memes.
What an asshole. Yeah, I seen Australia, dude. They ain't fucking around, dude.
Nah, dude. It's going on all over France, England.
Yeah, what did that say, dude? I gotta pull that shit.
Whatever
up.
happened to the Yellow Vest? The riots or
Who knows?
protests.
You gotta dive deep to find that shit, man.
Isn't that our job?
Yeah, that's right. Well, as deep as we can.
No, dude, hey, do you know about
we all
the
work fucking over 40 hours a week, but
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
this was our only job, I guess.
That'd be dope. I mean, that's the goal eventually.
One day.
Now, let's shift gears here. Get off this fucking Iraq war.
Hold on,
Afghanistan.
I had something I wanted to fucking say about that Spike Cohen post. Where's it at? I thought we shared it. Oh yeah, dude. No, we talked about the medical field too, dude. They're about to take a shit.
Oh, dude, it's gonna get bad. I may have
I hope
somebody. I
not.
don't know if she's gonna want to be on though.
Yeah, we need some nurses. Come on, we want to hear your side of everything.
Just chime in. You can send us a message. We'll read it. We won't say your name.
I want to hear how bad this really is, man, from your view.
Or
your
you
eyes.
you
You're
could
there.
give us an alias to call you, and we'll put your message out to the billions of listeners. Man, so shift gears real quick. You heard about the Hidden King, right?
I've heard that. I've heard you talk about that. I don't remember what it was
Have
about.
you not looked into that?
No.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to remind me to share the videos to our page, but Gregory Joseph Hallett, apparently the rightful heir to the fucking throne over there in England. Are you pulling it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
King John III.
Sure.
Says Joseph Gregory Hallett.
Maybe. Might have to type in the Hidden King. Gregory Joseph or Joseph Gregory. Unless they scrub the internet of that shit. Want to be surprised. Shadow ban him.
Joseph Gregory Hallett has presented proof to many people that he is a true heir to the throne of England and Ireland.
Apparently it's been his whole fucking life.
How the fuck are you the true heir? I
Because
never
of
understood that
bloodlines.
king shit.
Because of bloodlines, bro.
That shit's real, man. Is that just a bunch of
Well,
fucking? I think that's a bunch of motherfuckers that just said, "Hey, we got blue blood."
it's exactly what it is.
Fuck.
In all seriousness,
And blue
that
blood
is
is
exactly
the term
what
they
it is.
use for royalty, basically.
Because of the bloodlines. It comes up. That's towards the top of that pyramid.
Yeah.
Just like that little girl who drew out the diagrams for how all the presidents are related. Or a bunch of presidents.
I need to look
are
her
related.
up. I've heard.
Yeah,
of it before.
they try to fucking say it's bullshit. Who knows? It probably is.
You're spreading misinformation.
You know what? Fuck it. You're not spreading us anyway, so lick my sack. Ain't got nothing holding us back. And I just rhyme.
They say some royal families are fake. It's all fake, people. You fucking idiots. It's all fake. God, I want some people from England to come on here, dude.
Yeah.
From
Taiwan.
I need you to guys fucking. I need your opinions on this. You guys follow that bullshit, or you make fun of it as just as much as Americans do. Not saying we have anything better. That's for sure.
Well, we know a Bosnian,
Yeah, that's true.
and he's me and him have talked about it quite a few times.
He's pretty liberal,
He is pretty liberal.
Yeah. but he wants a gun. I know that. A lot of liberals out there
Yeah.
scared nowadays. They're going, "Oh shit, things ain't as safe as we thought."
This America, he could fucking get a gun.
You know
if he
how many
wanted one.
guys I've listened to on podcasts saying how their liberal friends are hitting them up, going, "How do you buy a gun? Do you have a gun that I could borrow?" It's like, bitch, you
No.
lost out, motherfucker. We've been telling you to get that shit. But listen to this shit. Spike Cohen put up a post of Australia. the scene of an anti-lockdown protest in Melbourne, Australia. It's also a reminder that government power isn't real. The government makes up less than 1% of the population. If even 5% of us simply refuse to comply, government will be hopelessly outnumbered. If 10+% refuse, they'll stop even trying to enforce it. You're looking at a fraction of 1% of the population here, and the government is no match for them. Imagine if 100 times as many just decided not to obey. This is how freedom happens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And they're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. And this episode's definitely banned now. After that fucking speech. God damn, dude. They don't want you to hear that shit. They want you to be a fucking mindless fucking robot.
A zombie.
Yeah, sit down, get fatter, and watch TV. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking club, and you ain't in it.
Yeah. Rest in peace, George
Rest in
Carlin.
peace, dog. So yeah, man, it's fucking.
Man, what time is it?
It's wilding out there. It's wilding. It's 2:47.
Oh fuck! I'm a little paranoid now.
You a little scared after that call?
A little paranoid.
That would be all right. Be good. Keep your steel handy. You never know when you need it. Know what I mean?
That sounds like some bullshit training day shit right there.
That's actually
What the fuck is
regulators.
that? Regulators.
I don't know. It was a clear black night. Clear dark moon. Damn, bro. I should have been a rapper.
No. What? You should have been a rapper. What are you fucking talking about?
Man, shut the fuck up. What else do we have to talk about here, huh?
I don't know.
You got any fucking shit you want to air out on the podcast?
No.
Fucking you
I
doing
don't.
all right?
Doing just fine.
Yeah. All right.
Why are you getting weird about it? Why are you asking me how my day's been?
I don't know. Maybe I'll work for Post.
Oh.
Oh.
See, you're the plant. I knew it the whole time.
Yeah. But did you?
Yeah. It's obvious.
Oh, man. So what else?
I
That's
don't
pretty
know.
much it, man.
I think that's it.
You got anything else?
No, I'm cooked, man.
Goddamn.
Plus-
Justin, every time, dude. People, can you guys write into the show right now?
No,
Tell Justin to stop
especially
getting so baked before the show.
especially
and
that
during.
conversation with Post. You're thinking so much, so
Yeah, dude. These podcasts
even
are hard.
It's
hard
mentally
afterwards.
exhausting.
Yep. Yep. Oh, poor you.
Oh my
Oh, some guys lifting center blocks,
god!
building a retaining wall. It's like, oh god, it sounds so
Some
hard.
kid somewhere with a fucking flower on his eyeball listening to us because there's billions of listeners. It's fucked up.
Shit, that's fucking hilarious.
Post, don't kill my dogs.
Yeah.
All right, want to cut it off, bro? Want to get
What
out
the
of
fuck,
here?
man? Low energy. Dude.
You want to fucking get out of
I
here?
need big
Go
dick
make
energy.
something of our days.
I need big dick energy, dog.
Go eat big so we could get big.
All right. I think we done rambled on enough. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. We love you though.
Yep.
Don't forget about it.
All right, y'all. We
Make
should,
sure you like, subscribe, share.
Yep.
It helps get our word out
Communicate.
there. It gets the show out there because Facebook isn't doing it. We got to hump it in ourselves.
Yep. We'll be back on next week. Hopefully, our two other guys will be on.
Hopefully they'll both be feeling all right.
All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe out there.
Remember, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, YouTube. We love you. Until next time.
We out.
Out.